Yeah, Carl from Purple Misplaced. I've got another game for you from Japan this week, but this time it won't be quite as unknown as some of the other games because this is Come Sail Away, the newest game from publishers Saashi and Saashi, designed by Saashi himself along with Daryl Chow. This is a sort of twist on a Mancala mechanism in which you're drawing cards of passengers, placing those passengers down successively throughout rooms in the ship, doing your best to most efficiently place them into those rooms to ultimately score points. No disclaimer needed on this one because I did borrow this from a local friend for a board game mechanisms and design class that I'm teaching currently at school. With that said though, let's head down to the table to see how the solo mode in this one plays, and then I'll meet you back up top to let you know what I think. To set up a solo game of Come Sail Away, begin by assembling all of the player pieces in a single color. That's going to include this sort of top of the ship piece, the front and back of the ship pieces, this disgruntled passenger tile, the grand staircase tile, these 4 luggage or guest cabin tiles, 1 in each color, and then finally these 10 facility tiles numbered 1 through 10. Next, you're going to lay out all of these pieces to sort of construct the boat that you'll be playing with, starting with the frame of the boat, meaning this top piece and the front and back, like this, placing the disgruntled passenger tile off to the side. And then to sort of build the body of the ship, you're going to start by placing the grand staircase in the center. Then taking the 5 different guest cabin tiles, and then from that stack of 10 facility rooms, giving them a shuffle and selecting 5 of those at random. Now in the book, there is a sort of recommended setup for your first game, but for this playthrough, I will be playing with a randomized setup just to give you an idea of how that works. So again, selecting 5 of those at random, and then taking those 10 tiles and giving them a shuffle. Placing out 4 across the top, 4 across the bottom, and 1 on either side of the grand staircase like this. Next, to finish setting up sort of this main board area, I'm going to take these small guest cabin tiles, giving them a shuffle, and placing out 5 of them at random at the top of the boat in these 5 slots, face up like this. Next, placing out the sideboard, making sure that the 1-player side of the board is face up. Taking the deck of cards, giving them a shuffle, and placing them out there on the spot for the cards. Next, to finish setting up over here, this is sort of a bonus point goal tracker. You need to take the 5 tokens that match the rooms that have been placed on the boat. So in my case, 6, 1, 9, 10, and 7. Shuffle them out and place them in these 5 spaces face up. And then each of these sort of bonus goals is going to be worth 3 points if I manage to achieve it before the round that is printed below it. So I'm going to place out a 3-point token below each of those just to sort of remind me and to take it when I need it after achieving that goal. And I'll explain a little bit more about these when we get into gameplay. And then finally, to finish setup, we need to place this pier out with all of our passenger meeples. I'm just going to stick this down at the bottom corner like this. You'll see it's off the screen, but I'm going to use this area to sort of keep track of the rounds by laying out all the cards we've used over here. And then finally taking this luggage marker and placing that on the first space of the luggage track like that. And with that, we are all set up for gameplay. So Come Sail Away is going to play out over a series of 12 rounds. And in each round, I will be drawing 2 cards from the deck, selecting one to play, and discarding the other from the game. So let me go ahead and do that first, and I'll sort of walk through how the game plays after I've done that, because it's going to be useful to see those cards out on the screen. And every card is going to have somewhere between 2 and 4 passengers printed on that card. And I'm going to need to place out those passengers in the rooms of my ship in the order that they're shown on the card, starting in either direction. So I could place green, then black, then black, then blue, or vice versa. I could place blue, then black, then black, then green if I chose this card. The only one that's going to be a little bit special is this 2 passenger card, and you'll see here these arrows. That means these don't have to be placed down successively on the board. I can place a yellow passenger anywhere on the boat and a blue passenger anywhere on the boat if I choose this card. Otherwise, choosing a normal card like this one here is going to require me to place them out in this order in sort of orthogonally adjacent rooms as they are placed. So if I started here, I could place green, black, black, blue. It's worth mentioning that the grand staircase is adjacent to these 6 rooms. Also, later on, you will see as we move up on the luggage track, I will start placing these small cabins in these spaces, and those are also each adjacent to 2 rooms as well. You'll also notice on each of these cards that one passenger is marked with a luggage symbol. And if I place that passenger with the luggage symbol in the matching cabin room, or in this case, because we've drawn this tile in this cabin room over here, we're going to move this luggage track marker up 1 space on the luggage track. As we're moving up the luggage track, anytime I pass a space that has a picture of a small cabin, I will select one of the 5 cabins and place it in one of the 4 available spaces. And you'll see there are only 4 marked on the board, and there are only 4 available spaces, so one of these will not be placed during the gameplay. You'll also see several spaces that show meeples on them, and there are 3 different symbols, as you can see here, that tell me where I'm going to get meeples from, but in any case, when I land on one of those, I will place an additional meeple out on the board. If I see this stair, that means I can choose one meeple from the staircase and place it elsewhere on the boat. If I see this picture of a sort of man, that's my disgruntled passenger tile. I'll explain that in just a minute, but I will be able to take one meeple from there if there is one and place it anywhere on the boat. And otherwise, if you see this one that looks like 2 passengers in a boat, that's talking about this pier down here, and I can just choose one of any color and place it out on the boat. So again, after placing out the passengers as shown on the card, I will then discard the other card, and we will continue to do that for 12 rounds. But how that works and why that works is sort of the main point of the game, so let me explain that. As I'm placing out passengers, there are going to be rules about what can be placed in each of these rooms. For example, any of these colored cabins can only hold a meeple or a passenger of that color. This 3 cabin here with white doors can each hold one meeple of a different color in those rooms. So I can have must have three different colors on that tile. This beach tile over here, as you can tell by the different symbols on the umbrellas, will hold all 5 different colors. Again, following the same logic, this theater, the first 3 have to be the same color and the last one must be a different color, but they can be placed in any order you'd like. Same thing down here in this sort of restaurant area. You're going to have 2 of a single color at the top and 2 of a different single color at the bottom, again placing them in any order. And then finally at the bar here, again, 2 of a single color and 2 of a different color, but following this arrow at the bottom, these must be filled from left to right. Then when a tile is filled, it will be flipped, scoring points equal to whatever that value is in the top right corner. So 8, 5, 5, 5, 7, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5. And then some of them will trigger an additional ability when flipped. So all of the normal cabin tiles when flipped will allow me to move the luggage token 1 space further forward on the track. And this theater is a special tile. When this theater is flipped, I can move all of the meeples matching the 2 colors on this tile from my disgruntled passenger tile back into the pier. It's also worth mentioning these last 2 spaces here on the board. The grand staircase can hold 3 of any color meeples and can hold as many of them as I want to. But there's no scoring going on here. This is sort of just an empty space to help me sort of bridge the gap between rooms that I want to get from and to. And the disgruntled passenger token is what's going to happen if I ever need to place a meeple on a tile that will not accept that meeple. So for example, if I already have a yellow passenger on this tile, if I place a second yellow passenger because they can't be there, they would instead go to the disgruntled passenger tile. And also, as we start flipping these, those rooms become closed. So if I need to use that tile to get from one place to another, again, any meeple that's placed there will get placed on the disgruntled passenger tile. And why does all this matter? Well, at the end of the game, we're obviously going to be scoring points. And for the solo mode, we're trying to get over certain thresholds for sort of different scoring levels. And the way that those points are going to happen, or where we're going to get those points, first is again from the point values of any tiles that we've completed and flipped over. We'll also score whatever the last point value on the luggage track that we've passed or are currently on top of at the end of the game. The disgruntled passenger tile will give me a -1 point for any passengers that end up there. So I try and make that as empty as possible before the end of the game. And then finally, we've got this bonus scoring area. And the way that this is going to work is you will see round 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 printed on there. If I can achieve that room or finish that room before the end of that round, I will score 3 points. If not, it instantly is closed and I can't use that space anymore. So I want to sort of prioritize this order, finishing 10 as quick as possible, then 6, then 9, then 1, and then 7 in that order to score as many points as possible from that. So again, points come from completed rooms, also completed small cabins if we complete any of those, points from the luggage track, points from any bonuses I managed to complete before the round that they have written below them, and then negative points for any passengers here. In addition, I will score 1 point for any passenger that remains in any of the 10 rooms around the boat. Passengers in the grand staircase, again, will score me nothing at the end of the game. So that's basically it for how the game plays. Let's go ahead and get into gameplay, and hopefully that will be helpful in showing you exactly how the game plays out. Now, I see green, black, black, blue, and I see yellow, black with a yellow passenger and a black passenger or luggage. And as much as possible, I want to place as many things out on the board as I can to sort of finish as many rooms as possible. So these two cards are nice later in the game because they'll let me place anywhere and I don't have to worry about where things are. But early on, if I can maximize these 4 card spots, that's a good idea. So I'm going to stick that card over there as a discard, and we're going to play this card, which means I get a green, a black, and a blue. And I need to place them out in that order, either forwards or backwards, starting somewhere and snaking around the room. Maximizing as much as possible. The problem is I'd love to do that, but I also want to put black into a cabin if possible, and I'd rather not use the center if I can avoid it. So I think actually what I'm going to do, it doesn't get me 10, but I only need 4 things in there by round 5, and I will be able to probably add in at least 1 before I get there. So I'm actually going to start over here, putting green in one of those. It's not a luggage passenger, so that doesn't advance. Black in here, which means black can no longer go in there, but that is a luggage passenger. And I should mention, sorry, I didn't before, this room can only hold passengers that are marked with a luggage on the card. So whenever possible, I should try and make use of these rooms if I can. Next, black goes into one of these chairs, which means that also needs to be black. And blue goes into this chair, which means the last one here must also be blue, but in between must be 2 other colors. And again, I must place from left to right here, so the next one cannot be blue in that room. And I'm going to set this up here. Again, we were playing 12 rounds, so I'm going to place the cards out so we can sort of keep track of how many rounds we've played. I did place this luggage passenger in a luggage room, so that moves forward 1, and we move to the next round. I've got a blue, red, blue with a red luggage, and I've got a black, red, red, yellow with a red luggage, which is a little bit sad because that black, red is great, but then a red doesn't work there. The yellow's there, and there's nothing here yet for me to get into to get that. If I had a black, black, red, yellow, that would have been perfect, but I don't have anything there, and I won't get there until I place 1 more luggage. Blue, red, blue would work if I wanted to sort of place a blue here, a red here, and a blue there. This red could be luggage, could be here. So black, red, red, yellow could work, or yellow could work. Yeah, you know what? Let's try that. I don't know if that's smart, but it might work well. Black, red, red, yellow. This gets trashed. And I'm going to place like this. Black goes there because it has to match, and now it does. Red goes there. which is going to get me a luggage. I'll do that in just a minute. Then unfortunately I will have to use this room, and I could place a yellow here or here, but remember I want to try and get to 10 by the end of round 5. So I'm going to place the yellow there, which means the next 2 spaces there have to be yellow, and something else goes there. This moves up 1, which means I now get to select one of my extra cabins. And I've got blue-green over here, so other things would be nice to have, like red, black, or yellow. I've got red, yellow, and black over here, so sort of blues and greens would be nice to have over here. I need to prioritize this top piece. So I'm going to place this blue, green, black. It gives me lots of options to get through that corner like that. That's the end of the second round. Third round, green, blue, green, or yellow and red. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that green, blue, green. Not perfect, but it works. Because I can place a green there. I can place a blue there, triggering that luggage. And this green can sit in my last space right there. This advances 1, I get to take another one. Let's put something over this side. Greens are here. This is going to be a yellow, blue, or green. Black and red might be nice to have there, because this already has black and red, and that gives me an ability to place them if I need to. I like it. Round 4. Blue and black, or green, yellow, red, red. I need to get a yellow there. Green, yellow, red, red. We're going to lose 1 red there. And that's a problem because this is not going to let me take that red out. But later on when I get to this space, if I get to this space, I would be able to. The problem is that doesn't help. Green, yellow, red, and then red goes away again. But I think I may need to have that happen. Green, yellow, red, red could also work. I don't get that red luggage, but it fills things in nicely. I wish there was a... Hold on. Red, red, there's no yellow. Oh, but yellow goes there. Green goes there. Let's do that. Okay. This one goes away. I place red here. I can't put a red there. Never mind. I can't put a red there. Oh, wait a minute. I could do it this way. But I can't put the yellow there either. Hold on. That doesn't work either. I could do green, yellow, red, red. I could do green, yellow, red, red. Yeah, I think I'll have to do that. Green, yellow, red, red, like that. This red is disgruntled. This red is luggage, so I get it. So we're going to move up 1. I get to place from here. I really want that to happen. Yes, then that's the end of that round. I need to focus on 6 too. I don't think I'm going to get there in time. Whoops, green, yellow, red, red goes there. So that's 4 rounds. We're into round 5. This is where I need to finish this one or we're in trouble. Green, green, yellow, red. Okay. It's not perfect, but it works. We're going to miss out on the luggage piece. And I'm going to sacrifice 1 person. But I want that room. Yeah. Okay. It might be a mistake, but let's see what else I can do if I want to plan something else. Because also, if I can get this moved up twice, no. There's no way for me to get a yellow there. Sorry, to finish that and to get a yellow there. Unless I place a yellow here. That could work. Red, yellow, green. Unfortunately, we'd lose a green again. But then if I place there with my extra piece, I can take the green off of there. All right, let's do that instead. Red goes there. Yellow goes there, which is luggage. Green goes there, and this green is unfortunately dead. That yellow pushes me up here. And I'm going to place this one down here like that. Then, these greens come off and this flips over. Like that. And because I do that, the luggage track moves up, so I can place either from the pier or from the staircase. So I am going to place from the pier over here, like that. This one is now finished. And that flips over, like that. And now I can remove yellow and green because that's what was on here from the pier. So the green goes away. Cool. This room is also done. It doesn't do anything special when it triggers. It's just worth lots of points. So that's good too. Like that. I just finished 10. So that triggers. I'll take that 3 points. Like that. And I also just finished 9. So I will take that 3 points as well. Chances are I don't get to 6 in time because that's the next round and I need 3 meeples there, which is not going to happen. So I should focus on 1 is almost done and 7 needs lots of stuff. Okay. So there's round 5. Taking 2 more cards like this. Okay. Yellow, black, yellow. Red, blue, blue, green. The blue's in a bad spot now. And I don't really want to, because I could do red, blue, blue, green, but then I lose that blue and green gets hurt. Yellow, black, yellow is not bad if I did yellow, black, yellow. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Yellow, black, yellow like that. Yellow places here. Black is placed on a luggage room. And yellow fills there. Means this goes up 1, and I got green or blue. Green and blue are both there. Smaller is better because I might flip it for points. So let's put that there. And that's the end of round 6, which means unfortunately I did not finish that in time. So that goes away. But I can still score this tile for points if I manage to finish it before the end of the game. Round 7. Like this. Yellow, green, blue, black. Black, red, green, red. Okay. Black, red, green, red works if I go this way. Black, red, green, and then I lose the red though. Yellow, green, blue, black. Yellow, green, blue, and then I lose the black, but it might be worth it. Yeah. Hold on. Black, red, green can't go there. Red, green. Yeah, red and black are switched. Yellow, green, blue, black. Yeah, I'm going to take that and we'll do it like that. Yellow, green, blue, black. So again, yellow goes there. Green goes there, which does trigger a luggage. Blue goes here, and black, unfortunately, gets discarded. Because I placed the green there, this slides up, and I can take 1 meeple either from the staircase or from here. And I want to prioritize here or here, probably. I see a red's coming from here, so I don't care about that red, because I can take that off later. So let's focus here, means black or red. Neither one is helpful. Yeah, red's here. Let's put a black there. No, red is here. Yeah, we'll do that. That way red can go here or here depending on what I want to do with that. Then yellow finishes here. That tile flips over. And we move forward 1 more on that track. All right, so we're at coming into round 8. like this. Black, green, red, or blue, green. Black, green, red. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Black, green, red. Because I can do black here. Green goes there, which is luggage, and red finishes that room, which I need for this round anyway. Cool. Then this moves up, and I can move something to place. I'm going to take this red from the disgruntled passengers because I can and place that there. Cool. So first off, I do score level 1, or bonus 1, for those 3 points. These go away and flips over like that. Then these also go away, and this flips over like that, and I do score 7 as well. Awesome. I'm doing really well this game. And this goes here. So that's 8. So we've got 4 more rounds to finish as much stuff on here and move up as much on the luggage track as possible. Round 9. Green, yellow, red, or blue, yellow, yellow, red. I think I'm gonna take this one. Hold on, red, yellow, green. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one. Blue, yellow, yellow, red. Like this. Blue goes here. Yellow is a luggage here. This yellow is gonna disappear, but that's okay. Whoops, and that red slides in at the bar, like that. Let's fill in some space now that those bonuses are gone. Just so that things are on screen a little bit better. That slides up. This can fill in a little bit. Okay, then this guy's gonna go away. That yellow was on a luggage, so that moves up 1 more. Round 10. Blue, yellow, black, yellow. Or red, green, green. Yuck. Yeah. Blue, yellow, black, yellow it is. No. Blue, yellow. No. Black, green, red, green, green it is. Because we're going to do this. It's going to hurt me once, but red goes there. Green is a luggage there, and this green, unfortunately, goes there. But I did place that luggage, so I do move up 1 there, and this also flips over. Completed. That's round 10. Round 11, red and black, or yellow, black, green. I'm gonna take the red and black, which means I can place them anywhere I want to. Red should go to a luggage room. Black goes anywhere. I want red here. I want black there. That goes away. Red was luggage. It moves up. I can take something from here. And I think that's gonna be a black right there. Then these red come off. This flips over. That moves up 1 more. Round 11. No, this is round 12. That I just put in the wrong place. Let me double check. There should be cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, this is the last round, round 12. Blue, black, black, or blue, blue, yellow. Grr. Well, that's not going to finish. I want that to finish. Yeah. Okay, so blue, black, black is right. Now the question is, if I move up here twice, that's +3 +4 is 7 points. But to do that, I'm going to have to lose 1. Otherwise, I get 1 and 3 is 4, but I don't lose 1. Yeah, no, I'm going to do it. So it doesn't matter which order I do it, but we'll do blue, black. Black can't go there, so he gets discarded. But placing the second black on there was luggage. That goes up one. This room finishes flipping over like that to go up one more. And that is the end of the game. We move into final scoring. Starting first with our 4 bonus points, 3, 3, 3, and 3 is 12. Completed rooms, 2, 8, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7, 5. Then adding in our luggage track, which is at 16. And then finally subtracting 1 for each of our disgruntled passengers, minus 3, gives me a final score of 72 points. And then you'll see in the instruction manual at the back in the solo section, it shows with a score of 72, I'm third down from the top. I score, or I finish with a ranking of Ace Crew. So as normal, while I'm down here, I do love to take a look at components while I'm here, and I have to say I love the components of this game. First off, the artwork here is super, super cute. Really, really fun. Saashi and Saashi games tend to look like this, and I really, really love the way that they look. Great artwork. These sort of characters are just sort of designed to the right amount. It's super cute, very punchy colors, very just great look to the game. The boat, the way that all of the rooms fit into this sort of built boat in the game. I love the way that this game looks. Looking up closer at the passenger meeples. First off, this pier is a fun addition that they all just fit into this little tray that comes in the game. Very, very nice addition. Each of the 4 meeple types is a different shape as well as being a different color, which is very, very helpful when playing, especially if you have colorblind or color vision issues. This is definitely friendly to play because, again, everything is a unique color and unique shape. Now, it might be a little bit tricky to understand which color is which shape unless somebody at the table can see the colors and tell you that, but otherwise, I think it works very, very well. Actually, I just realized that that's not necessarily true because each of the colors on the cards also has a shape. And I hope that you can see, for the most part, the shape kind of matches the shape of the character. For example, the black has a sort of hexagon and the body of that is sort of hexagonal. And the green one's a little bit less obvious. It's an hourglass. This is kind of hourglass shaped. The red one's the trickiest one because it's a circle, but that matches the circle of his head. I don't know if that's focused, you can see that. And then also the blue, actually let me get one that has blue and yellow on it. The blue has a sort of teardrop shape to it, and that's also kind of teardrop shaped. And also the yellow has a moon. And if you look at the arms of the yellow meeple, they are moon shaped. So I bite my words, I bite my tongue, I take my words back. The shapes do sort of match what they're supposed to, and you should be able to basically figure out the colors based on the shapes. Very, very clever design. All of the componentry quality, the cards are very nice quality. They're very skinny cards, if that matters, but they shuffle fine. The quality of them, the thickness of them, the stiffness of them is great in my opinion. All of the tiles are very nice, chunky, sturdy tiles. Same thing with all of the boards and the chips. There is a little bit of a warping happening here with this board, but it straightens out pretty easily and it's not a deal breaker by any means. Also worth showing, in the box, the game does come with this score pad to help you remember sort of how scoring works. And I just realized in pulling out this score pad that I did forget something very important in scoring. The meeples, or the passengers that are still in rooms that haven't been scored, should score 1 point each, and I didn't do that. Which means we actually score an additional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points, which pushed me up at 81. And looking back at that score table, just pushed me up into legendary crew status. Let me double check that math, but I think I did very well actually. 5, 7, 5, 5, 5, 8, 5, 5. And the 2 minus the 3 for the disgruntled plus 16, plus 12, then plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Remembering those don't count. Yeah, puts me at 81 points, legendary crew status. Very, very cool. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the components. I love everything in this game, both quality and visuals. The last thing I do usually take a look at is the insert for the game. Now this game I did borrow from somebody, so I don't know for sure what it looked like when it came, but in the current situation, all I see in this box is this sort of cardboard piece, but all of the boat pieces fit really nicely on this side. And the cards, the skinniness of the cards is actually the same width, so they fit in perfectly there. The pier, of course, I put the meeples in a bag, but that fits in right there. Some of the other tokens can fit there. All of these sort of player pieces separated by color in bags fit nicely on top of all of that. So it does fit nicely in the box. This actually does kind of make some sense in the box. The pier is a very nice addition to the sort of insert componentry. I'm not unhappy with the way that this puts away. You do need some bags, but it's really not that big of a hassle to clean up or take out. With all that said, meet me back up top and I'll let you know what I think about the game. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. This is the newest game from Saashi and Saashi, which is a company that's been getting quite a bit of buzz lately, and actually for a while now, with games like Coffee Roaster, Let's Make a Bus Route, Before the Elevator, and many, many, many more. This one, again, has been getting great buzz, and when I heard that there was a solo mode in this one, which tends to be fairly rare for the games aside from the super solo Coffee Roaster, I was very, very excited to hear that, and I really, really wanted to get a chance to try this game, especially because a lot of the buzz it was getting was really, really good buzz. So let me say, I am very happy that I finally got a chance to try this one out because I agree with the buzz that's out there. I am really, really, really enjoying this game. The idea of this Mancala mechanism is one that I've pretty much enjoyed for quite a while. 5 Tribes was a big, strong one in my collection for a while, and I played a ton of 5 Tribes. Same idea here, taking a handful of meeples and placing them out one by one as you go through some kind of sort of area or board or tableau. In this case though, it sort of ups the ante because it requires you not just to place one piece in each spot as you go, but to place them in a specific prescribed order based on the card that you've drawn. Now you're given a choice between 2 cards, which is going to be really important here because if it was just a card that you were given, it's going to be pretty impossible to place things out where you need to place them out. But basically, once you've selected that card, you're given a grouping of meeples that you have to place out in a certain order. But uniquely, it's not just in a certain order. You can choose where to start and where to finish. So I can place forward or back, basically. Although I guess that's still forward, just starting from the other direction. But it does help me get my head around how to place them out. In any case, I'm rambling. It's very interesting the way that this makes you place things out. Because not only do you need to place the meeples out in a certain prescribed order from the card, one of those passengers on that card, or one of those meeples that you're placing out, is marked as a luggage passenger. And you're getting bonus points if you can place that, or bonus abilities even, if you can place that specific passenger in one of the crew quarters or the sort of room quarters for that colored meeple. Moving up on the luggage track, getting the ability to place out more people, actually adding more rooms to the boat that actually makes things a little bit easier for you to place out because you've got new pathways to follow when you're placing out the meeples, and then ultimately adding extra point scoring at the end of the game. So that adds another little twist to how do I place these out in the most efficient way. Then on top of that, the rooms that you're placing into have specific sort of considerations or specific rules about what can get placed and how they can get placed. And then on top of that, every time you play the game, not only are the rooms that you're playing with different aside from those normal guest quarters, there are 5 unique rooms every time you play, but then also the layout of the 5 unique rooms and the 5 guest quarters and where they go on the board is randomized each time. So there's a randomized placement of randomized rooms that require different kinds of placement in them, and then you're drawing cards that dictates exactly what needs to be placed, the exact order that things need to get placed, and then if possible, a specific passenger that needs to be placed in a specific kind of place. And all of this together really comes together in a very nice, puzzly kind of way that I just love crunching into and figuring out, how do I get these to place in the places that I need without placing them in places they don't fit and then taking the negative point score for those disgruntled passengers later. But then sometimes I take that hit, I take that negative point, or I place in that center area that doesn't score me anything so that I can maximize the points that I am scoring. Because if I can score a ton more points, a -1 or -2 later on really isn't going to hurt all that bad. And then you've got the bonus room scoring, right? Every time I flip over a room by filling it up with passengers, I score that room. But if I can score that room now in the solo mode before a specific round, I'm getting an additional 3 points for that. So now there's this extra level of, I need to focus on this room before that room, and there's a sort of priority that I have to put these buildings in or these rooms in as I'm filling them. And that extra twist really sort of kinks my brain in just the right way that now I can't just place this out because that's a good path. The card looks like it fits there, so I'll place it there. I have to think, is it worth doing that now? Or should I prioritize the room that I need to score earlier? Maybe taking an extra 1 or 2 point hit to get that extra 3 bonus points now rather than waiting till later. And then how can I efficiently figure out how to make use of the bonuses on some of the room tiles? How do I make use of the fact that sometimes based on that bonus track, the luggage track, I can actually pull disgruntled passengers back onto the boat? Which disgruntled passengers can I allow to get disgruntled, and where can I put them back if they are able to come back later? All of this together, it just really makes for a really fun puzzle, and I have a blast every time I'm playing this. But we need to talk about the solo mode, because the solo mode here is effectively a beat your own score. Yes, there's a score threshold, but most of the time I'm scoring in the 70s, a little bit high 60s, and this time you saw me get that higher score of the 81. This is the first time I've ever managed that, but most of the time I'm in those top 2 or 3 levels, which means maybe the score threshold should be pushed up a little bit higher. Maybe I'm just really good at this game, but ultimately the solo experience is not going to feel amazing because there is not an AI you're competing with. There is no sort of end game goal aside from a certain number of points. So there is a little bit lacking in the solo game that might not be lacking in the multiplayer game, because there's always competition in a multiplayer game of this, and the solo mode may be a little bit easy, but again, maybe I'm just good at this kind of puzzle. In either case, I don't care, because as I said, this game is a ton of fun to play. And even if I'm doing well every time, that well is not exactly the top, right? If I'm trying to aim for that above 80 as my sort of win condition, or maybe even just the second point threshold of above, I forget what it was, 75, I think, as my win condition, yeah, then maybe I'm not going to win every time, and then maybe it is more challenging. So maybe that's sort of the goal that I need to set for myself. But ultimately, again, I don't care, because the puzzle is a lot of fun. Maximizing points is sort of the goal, but realistically, the thing I enjoy about this game is this multi-leveled puzzle of how to place things, where to place things, when to place things, when to take a hit to place something better. And it's just a whole lot of fun to chug through the mechanisms of the game and to play the actual game itself. The experience is the experience here. The end game, the win, doesn't really matter so much in this solo experience. And if that bothers you, if you are looking for a challenging win or loss kind of game, you're not going to get that in the solo here. But every play is so much fun, and I continue to love this. As I mentioned, I am borrowing this game, but I'm going to do what I can to add an edition or add a copy of this game to my own collection, because, yeah, it's a whole lot of fun, and I can't wait to get this to the table multiplayer. I mentioned up front that I did borrow this for a class that I'm teaching. I'm using this to show off the Mancala mechanism to my students, and I can't wait to see how they feel about this game as well. I hope that this video was helpful. As always, I do ask that if you enjoyed it, please remember to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon below, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks.